universal declaration of peace and glad tidings that whoever fears Allah, has belief in Allah and has his fear and does good deeds, he should not have any fears about his future or about his redemption. On the other hand, it says, the only deen which is acceptable to God is Islam, and no other deen will be acceptable to him. So how can you reconcile with these two teachings? Now, I'm going to explain that. Now you have not thought of a third question now in the meantime.
No, Isaac, I agree what you said.
Yes.
But I don't know much about it.
Yes. So I'll explain. The fact is that the whole enigma would be solved if you read the Holy Quran and understand the teachings and the approach of the Holy Quran towards truth in its totality. The Holy Quran declares in another place, that also is a very important, relevant declaration. La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wusaha laha ma kasabat wa alayha maktasabat. That it is not for Allah to compel people beyond their limitations, to expect things from people which are not within their power. Everyone would be made subject to responsibilities according to his own capabilities, and he would be brought to book according to his own knowledge and his own status as given to him by Allah. So that is also another declaration which applies to the same subject. In view of this, and in view of so many other verses which I can quote, but to be brief, I give you the whole picture now. According to the Islamic philosophy, the fundamentals of all religions are the same.
Yeah, I agree that.
Every religion must have the same fundamentals, and all the fundamentals of all the religions must agree with each other.
They must, yeah.
This is one declaration of the Holy Quran. وَمَا أُمِرُوا إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ وَيُقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَيُؤْتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَذَلِكَ دِينُ الْقَيِّمَةِ. That all of them were given these three fundamental teachings. They should worship God, they should be just and right in relationship with their human beings, their people, other human beings, yutu zakata, and give them their rights. Ya'budullah mukhlisina lahu dina wa yuqimu salat. First of all, they should worship Allah with all sincerity.
Yeah.
Not for any other purposes or mixing their personal, show and things, but entirely purely for His sake. وَيُقِيمُ الصَّلَاةَ, and take measures to establish the institution of worship of God. وَيُؤْتُوا الزَّكَاةَ. Now zakat is a very interesting and a very comprehensive word, and here it comprises all the various aspects of zakat. The essential spirit of zakat is that instead of exploiting others, instead of depriving others of their rights, you better do something to favor them and be kind to them. And take your rights and give to others is zakat, and whatever is contrary is rejected. It cannot be reconciled with the philosophy of zakat. So in one single word, the Holy Quran describes the very fundamental teachings of man's relation with man. That we taught at every stage of the revelation of any religion, that man should do one thing essentially, that is, he should not deprive other human beings of their rights. But not only that, he should try to part freely of his own volition, of his own rights for the sake of his brothers. That is zakat. So this is the fundamental teachings according to the Holy Quran, which was given to all religions. So that verse which I first read, it should be understood in the light of this declaration. The meaning is that if somebody has been born in some religion and sticks to the fundamental teachings of that religion and have faith in God and does good deeds, mean this teaching which I have just told, the preliminary important teachings are followed by him, then such a person should have no fears. But that is not all. The Holy Quran further goes on to declare that different teachings were revealed to different people at different times. And after a teaching was cancelled out and a new teaching replaced it, the fundamental rule of this change was, number one, that no teaching was cancelled out or replaced by another teaching unless God did one of the two things. Either that lost teaching was replaced and rehabilitated, or a better teaching was revealed. Now this phenomena would lead you ultimately to the verse which I have just mentioned, Inna Deena Indallahi al-Islam. By that process, Allah tells us in the Holy Quran that if, for instance, let's call Adam the first prophet of God,
Yeah.
he brought some teaching which fundamentally was the same as I have declared, the Holy Quran has declared, Then after the passage of time, according to the Holy Quran, people began to interpolate, to change the teaching, to interfere with the teaching, and to give their own views, attribute their own views to the teaching. That is disrupting the whole process and distorting the teaching. That process continues for a while. After that, the name of the religion remains the same, but the fundamental is no longer discernible. They have been so much destroyed by the hand of human beings, corruptly minded human beings, that the whole teaching has lost its initial impact and the very spirit from which the teaching was revealed. At such a time, what can Allah do? There are only two logical ways. Number one, to rehabilitate the teaching by sending another prophet who has not revealed a new teaching, who has not cancelled out the previous teaching, but who says that this and that change was brought about by the mullahs or by the pandits or by the clergy of certain religion, and they are man-made things. Allah never said these things. So He has revealed to me that the original teaching was this and not that. That is the replacement. But there is another possibility. In the meantime, the mankind has improved and progressed to a degree that the previous teaching in its detail is no longer applicable to their conditions. They have progressed in so many regions, they have got more education, they have broadened their views on things, and new problems have arisen out of the passage of time. So the old teaching appears to be like smaller clothes which one has left behind in time while one was a child. Now the body has grown up and you need larger, bigger clothes, more suitable to your requirements and needs of the time. So in that case, what would Allah do? Instead of replacing the whole teaching, rehabilitating it, it would reveal a new teaching to suit it. That is exactly what has been declared by the Holy Quran. So if this process goes on until a complete teaching is revealed to the mankind, which is not only for a tribe of a certain time, but it is fit to guide the whole mankind as such, when Allah considers that the time has come when man as such should be unified under the banner of one religion. Of course, that teaching would be a very comprehensible teaching, although it would have the same fundamentals as the most rudimentary teaching with which we started. So would you believe that anybody who claims that